Okay.
I feel like I should put my cat away because I feel like she's like, I should have already done this, you guys, but I feel like she's going to be crazy.
Do
We'll
it.
try.
Put her away. She's going to ruin your fire.
Let me put her away. Go ahead, Crystal.
Oh,
come here.
Okay. I mean, never mind. Don't put the cat away. Okay, so I think what she was going off of was to make sure you're utilizing our team pages, because you have to be your best resource. You have to find, before you ask the chat, make sure you look and search for the answer before asking the chat. Okay, there you go. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you. I really kind of just want to talk about showing up, kind of whether you feel like it or not. Because honestly, like we all are going through stuff. I've been going through so much, but you probably couldn't notice that from like looking at my story. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you have to keep your vision like, and why you started like in the forefront of your every single day. But I think too, it's also so important to give yourself grace on the days where you're not, 100% perfect. Because I think too, I don't know why I feel like I'm going to get emotional right now. Sorry. I've just been going through so much, you guys. And I feel like because of what I'm going through, I've been trying to show up even harder, because we all came here for a reason. We came here because we wanted something different. We needed this product. For me, I was like super extremely depressed. I had no energy. And I feel like I've just been like really shifting, not focusing so much on what's going on and really focusing on the drive and like really getting things done, because I know, not that the business fixes everything, because that's not it either. But what you focus on, you get back. Can you go ahead and take it, Crystal? Because I feel like I'm going to like get emotional. I don't know why.
But you're showing your true self, babe. I think you could finish it. Or unless you want me to go, but I feel like everyone needs to see this side of you. There's a lot of new girls on here that don't know your story, and I think this is your time to really share it. Just saying.
Well, I didn't want this to be like an emotional training.
Though you're showing your heart.
I wanted this just to be like, I really just want you guys to understand we all are going through things. And I don't want that to ever be somebody's reason for why they give up, because that should be your reason for why you show up. That should be your reason for pushing through and doing one more thing than you did yesterday. Or like I said, giving yourself grace on that day where you didn't show up like you wish you could have because your kids are crazy, or you got stuff going on, or your tires flat, or whatever the case may be. But that's the amazing thing about being able to start fresh every single day. Like every morning when we wake up, we take those capsules, we take that shake, we put on our patch, and we get to start fresh again that day. You know what I mean? And then I think I like circled really like big. I circled give yourself grace through the growing pains, because we're all growing. We are all growing. And I feel like this tribe, I've been doing this now 8 months, and I feel like just in the past, like, I don't know what's going on in the past 3 months, but it's like everybody is like growing at such crazy speed. And it's just the momentum. Everyone is just ready. Like they're here, they're ready. They want something different. They're ready to work for it, and just ready to like go all in. And I guess I just want to say, like, don't let what's going on back here deter you from why you came. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's easy to sit there and say, like, like for me, I'm going through something with my daughter's dad. I had to get a protection order, and it's just chaos, honestly. And it would be a really good reason for me to say, you know what, I need to take a break for a while. I need to just stop what I'm doing here and put all my energy. But there's no way in hell I'm going to do that, because that is why I started this business. I started this business so that I can impact my life, yes, but so that I can impact other women's lives and bring them along. That's what's so beautiful about this journey, you guys. we're not in this alone. You know, you guys see, we're in this together. And I think like, just know that having a bad day or having something crazy going on in your life does not need to stop you from going after your dreams. Because I'm fighting more now than I ever have. Because I know that for me, it's about independence. It's about knowing that I can take care of my children, and I have 3 of them by myself on my own. It's about all the things, guys, putting them in private school and not having to say no every time they want something, you know, like I want to do that for me. Like, I just want to be able to give to them. And if I stopped now, and if you stop, or if something comes up and you decide to stop, how do you know if you could have ever made something of this? And that's the thing about this business. These products are so amazing that literally the only way that you cannot make it in this company with Lavelle is if you stop. Like, that's the only way you cannot make it. And Crystal, you can go ahead and take it from there, because that was kind of like leading up into, and then I'll kind of piggyback off of you too. But
hi guys, so I am Crystal. Oh, and P.S. My husband said, all of you girls that got this shirt, he hopes you liked them because he put his fucking tears in there. So he said for me to tell you that because I locked him out. Anyway, so I just wanted to get on here. Thank you, Rebekah, for showing how amazing you are. You're just so badass. Okay, so really this bed. So I'm one of the leaders. I've been with this business and it's been a year this month. Yay. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't kept up my rank. So I hit 4K. So my first 3 months of being in this business, I was scared to death of everybody's opinions. I was scared of really like putting this product out there to show what it's done for me. And when I finally did, people laughed because they're like, well, you're always happy and you're always joking. Like, what anxiety and depression could you possibly be dealing with? And it's like, what does anxiety and depression really, like, what does it look like to be a depressed person? I mean, there's all kinds of faces, right? So Brittany could tell you how many times I've cried to her, but I'm just a big crybaby. But it's hard to, so the reason why I started this was because I had a lot of dark years as a teenager, and anxiety and depression really took over my life. Like, and I just was always an angry person living off of coffee. And, you know, I'm pretty sure some of you can relate, especially being a mom, or not even a mom, just a woman in general, like just trying to get by. So I found this product and I ran with it, but a lot of my friends and family were just very not supportive. And I'm not gonna lie, it did really kind of throw me back because I'm like, wow, like these people support celebrities, support, you know, Starbucks or, you know, random big companies that don't need the extra money. And here I am just trying to put out there that there's a healthier way to make you feel good, you know, not only with weight, but just mentally. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to show up for myself because this is helping me become a better mom, become a better wife. I mean, this product literally saved my marriage because of how bad my anxiety would get. So I just decided to run with it and just share it. And I didn't care what anybody thought. And here I am now today, still not hitting my rank, but what I can tell you that I have succeeded and done in this past year is grow mentally, grow. I mean, my husband has even grown just because of all the self-development that I've done. And I've helped random strangers feel better about themselves. Like, I don't let anyone's opinion take over my life anymore. I've put boundaries. You would ask me last year, I was a people pleaser. Like, yes. I would drink until I blacked out. And I'm not a drinker, you know, but again, it was to keep up with those friends that I no longer have in my life, you know, and I just was trying to portray myself as someone that I wasn't. So I felt alone inside. So even though I was smiling and happy, I just always felt like, ugh, I have to go to another party. Ugh, I have to go out with these certain people. They weren't my people anymore. They weren't where I wanted to go in my future. So I left them behind. Now that I left them behind, they still talk, but hey, I'm up and I'm thriving. Like, they make fun of my business, and that's how my shirt business name came to be about, because someone was making fun of my one of my customers and said, "Oh girl, you're thriving." And girl, that's how my business name came about. Like, I just fell in love with it, because it's like, oh, I am thriving, you know, like I'm thriving in life, I'm thriving in my marriage, I'm thriving with God. Like, I've never become so close to God in my life because of the women that are in this tribe. You know, every one of you has helped me grow in some way or form. And my point of this is just don't look at where you're at right now. Like, don't overwhelm yourself with all the information that there is. You know, don't give up. Your friends and family, whether they're supporting you or not, keep showing up for yourself, show up for your family. Like, don't focus on your goals, focus on your why and why you started this. Remember what this product started off for you. Like, don't, like Brittany says, don't look left, don't look right, just look forward and keep going. Like, I still have my moments. I'm not perfect, but I'm so proud of myself for how much I've grown in the last year. Like, ranks, yes, they're amazing. Like, I'm so proud of all of the girls that have hit their ranks. I'm going to hit my rank. Just right now, I think I'm going through a season of just growth, because once I get that check, I probably will spend it very stupidly, to be honest. So God knows, like, hey, you're not ready for this, but I'm going to help you get there. You just need to kind of overcome certain obstacles. And girl, I am kicking those walls down. I am putting boundaries on family members that are like, probably shocked, because they no longer have access to the old me. Like, I have to reintroduce myself sometimes to people because they think they could still take advantage of my kindness. And no, like, I am putting boundaries for myself, for my family, and just living the life that I want to live. And this tribe, like, you guys all are more friends and family than what I have in real life here in California. And to me, it's huge. So I want you guys to make sure that you guys are focusing on yourself mentally and filling your cup before you try to do anything. We're not here to sell people. We're here to change lives, and maybe save lives. Who knows? But when you are doing this genuinely out of your heart, that's when you like really grow and you really sprout. This month, I've never hit, like, I'm so close to hitting my 4K again this month. And this month has been my month of really just focusing on me and my growth. And it's showing, you know, and I just don't want you guys to give up because you guys aren't seeing the results. I'm in a leadership chat, and all the girls in my leadership hit double pay in May. And I was blunt with them, and I said, I'm so happy for you all, but I'm a little bit like, but again, whose fault was that? That was mine. So you have to also, you can't be in victim mode either. You have to realize sometimes you don't get things unless you put in the work. So if you're not getting the results, you need to question what you haven't done. And I know what I haven't done. You know, I work full-time, I'm a full-time mom, full-time wife, you know, everything, but there's no excuse. There's time for everything. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. So it's your time to really just kind of focus on really what you want to go for. This month was our first month, my husband and I, to put on our goals list to buy a house by next year. And by what I've been doing with manifesting and like gratitude and my affirmations, money has been coming in like crazy. Nothing where I'm like, okay, you know, I'm a millionaire, but it's money that we're actually able to put aside. I've never in my life been able to actually start a savings like that, you know, so do not quit. Keep going, focus on yourself. Who cares? And just know that a lot of negative people are going to try to bring you down. That's not your job to make them believe you. Let them see what you're doing daily and showing up consistently, and they'll see it on their own. People that laughed at me a year ago, guess what? They're on the product now. They're on it. Like, now they know, and they laugh, and they still laugh, like, meaning like jokingly saying, oh, this is such good crystal crack, because that's their joke, right? But it's like, you see, you should have just tried this a year ago. Like, I'm not here to sell you, I'm just wanting to change lives. So I'm just rambling now at this point, but don't give up on yourself. No matter what anybody says, show up for yourself, show up for the why you started, and keep going. I'm a year in. I'm going to be 12K soon. And just know, when you see that I'm 12K or 40K, everything K, know that I worked my ass off on that. Like, just know that's going to be a very tearful one, because my growth has been so like hard, and I've been going through a lot. But I'm not giving up on myself. I'm not giving up. So anyways, Becca, please take over before I start crying.
And I just want to say too, Crystal, like, it's so crazy because like going through all that, like you show up every single freaking day. Like, no matter what, like, I see you in your stories. I see you being vulnerable. I see you sharing the product. So I just want you to know, like, I mean, I think but you really kicking ass, girl, like, for real. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what else to say. I think we just wanted to get on here and just let you guys know that there isn't some special secret sauce. There isn't some special calendar that you can get. Yes, calendars help. They don't help me. I feel like they just don't work for me. There isn't this special thing. It literally is giving yourself grace through the growing pains, because we are all in different seasons. What I'm going through, or what I've already been through, hitting my 4K, somebody else is just now starting to go through. So you can't compare and I feel like we talk about this. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I know there's a lot of new people on here. You can't compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 5, because you weren't there through the first 4 chapters. So just allow yourself to, like, I love that saying, and I don't even know where I got it, to give yourself grace through the growing pains, and literally just, do the best that you can that day. I feel like time blocking has literally saved my life these past 3 weeks, where my life has been so chaotic and crazy. And if you guys don't know, I live in a studio apartment with 3 kids. Like, it's insanity up in here. So like, my bathroom is my best friend, but when you want it that bad, when you are so just focused, and you know what you have to do to change things in your life, to change the direction of your life, everything in your life, you make time for it. And I'm not saying that it's easy to make time, but the beauty of this business is that you can literally fit it in where you can. I don't spend all day on my phone. I used to be honest with you, when I first started, and that was part of my growing pains. I spent all my time on my business, and then my kids weren't getting enough from me. So that was like, the growing pains of like trying to find balance, and what was healthy, and what, I needed to give a little bit more here, and maybe give a little bit more here, and, take a break. And all of those things are like normal. I felt crazy going through it. Like, oh my God, how do I make all this work? How do I balance all this stuff? Like, my kids are pissed off at me. Everyone's screaming and yelling. I didn't put anything new in my stories. Like, but you just give yourself grace through it, and you do better the next day. And it all literally, like, I feel like I went through that like the last 3 weeks, and like, I don't know what happened, but like probably the last 3 days, I feel like it's just like all like, whew, like I can finally breathe. I don't feel like I'm going to pull my hair out. I'm not running outside to make a post. You know what I mean? Like, we kind of are working into this little routine. So while you're figuring that out, give yourself grace, and just give where you can. You know what I mean? Show up where you can, but make sure you're showing up. Whether that's, I don't know if that's just getting your steps in your stories and getting a post up every other day. Show up where you can. Don't allow that to be an excuse. Don't allow your chaos to be an excuse, because you can still show up where you can. And that's where it's important to make sure that you're you're showing up for yourself. And that's why I think self-development, you guys, has literally been key in everything for me, because I don't think I could really even show up for myself until I started doing that self-development. I don't know what it is about 80% mindset, whoever just said that, Meredith. It's so true. You know, I don't know what it is about Trent Shelton, but he gets me going. Like, I'm like, okay, I can take on the day. I'm ready for the day. Like, it might seem silly, but like those things help. That's why we share them, because it gets the dopamine flowing, it gets the juices flowing, and you start feeling good. You know what I mean? So I guess that's all I have. I don't know, Britt, if you wanted to add something, or
I
Carissa.
just wanted to add something really quick.
Yeah.
So also another thing that's helped me is stop obsessing over those circles, that, you know, the rank things, because I would always check like, oh, did someone make an order? Oh, did someone do this? Stop. Like, it will happen. Just keep going. And if you're showing up every day, that circle will move on its own. You don't have to keep checking it every single 5 minutes. And also, what else? Oh, audibles help me tremendously. So yesterday we started doing with Meredith and a few of the girls, I don't know, it's like a little Bible study, but I was reading it, but also having it on Audible at the same exact time, because my brain I can't read. There's something doesn't soak in the information, and doing that, it was amazing. So just find what works for you. Audibles are my jam, especially if you don't read books and can't sit there. And Brittany's like me, we like go back and forth with like 10 million books at one time. Just find what works for you, and just be patient with yourself. You're learning something completely new. You're living the day-to-day life. And right now, what all of us are going through with this pandemic, it's not normal. So it's okay to feel down sometimes, but take 5 minutes. Don't make it your whole day. Like, don't let, and that's something I'm also learning, is I'm not taking on other people's negative energies. Learn to cut it off. If somebody's contacting you to like gossip, I don't got time. My mom knows not to call me anymore to vent. Like, girl, I don't got mental space. Like, I barely can remember what I need for dinner. Like, no. So try to stop allowing people to come to you to vent about things. Just write it out, leave it in your journal, and move on, because that will consume your whole day. Don't let things that are out of your control consume your whole day. Yeah. So if I think of anything else, I'll let you guys know.
This is kind of off topic, but it just came to my head. And you guys, like, I can't tell you, I know some of you guys have heard about it, but planting seeds. If you are not seeing something right now, do please understand that does not mean this is not working for you. Okay? Because myself, I feel like for me, it comes in like 30-day periods, where it's like I'm planting. And when I say planting, you guys, I mean conversations. Like, if you don't see me in the chats, I don't even know how many conversations I'm having, and it is non-Thrive related. Like, that's like the last thing on my mind when I'm trying to get to know somebody. I am genuinely getting to know them and their situation, and literally building friendships. Like, I have people on my page that are like, I'm their best friend, and I've never met them, and I've never talked to them about Thrive. And then I have people that I did that with 3 months ago that are now coming to me and asking me about what I'm doing, asking me about what I'm taking. So just know that those little plants, those conversations, what you're, loving on people, regardless if they're going to buy something from you or become a promoter, all of that pays off. You know what I mean? Don't let that be your reason. Just be human. Like, for me, it's easy because I love people. You wouldn't know it because I get so nervous on these things, but I love talking, and I love people, and I love learning things, and I love loving on people and sharing what I'm doing and sharing what's working for me. A lot of my conversations are about self-development. What do you do for self-development? And I'll share audibles. Or this one girl, I had a free audible, so I sent her over a free book, and she bought product the day before yesterday. But we had been talking for 3 months, y'all. So it's not like this isn't something that's going to happen extremely fast. You've got to have patience. You've got to have, belief that it's going to happen. If you are doing the things that that we tell you to do that you feel you should be doing. I feel like that sounded bad. But if you're doing your IPAs, if you're connecting, if you're loving on people, if you're being human, this will happen for you. You guys, we have our hands on gold. Just be human. Do your IPAs. Stay close to the freaking fire. Like I was going to say something about that before I started crying, but because that's so important. I can tell you, like, there's been times where like I pulled back a little bit for a couple days and I start just like kind of losing that momentum. You know what I mean? Get in, watch a training. You have to be proactive about it. If you're feeling like you're kind of losing that or that pep in your step, you have to like recognize it. This is what I do personally. I recognize that shit and I get in and I watch a training. I put on some Katie or some Brittany and I'm like, oh yes, okay, now we're gonna go. You know, you have to stay close to the fire. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do, you can't lose, you guys. This business is so amazing. I feel incredibly blessed. I feel incredibly blessed for all of you guys for jumping on here and listening to us ramble. But I love you, honey. Did you have anything else to say? Crystal?
This will not be our last one, Becca. So
nope.
We are gonna hold her accountable to this, okay? Thank you. I feel like I'm a professional now.
I don't know about that.
Just kidding. Activate just kicked in, okay? Sorry.
All right, you guys. I hope you guys have a great night. I don't think Brittany had anything to say, or Carissa, did you have anything to say?
Yeah. Or anyone. Does anyone have anything to chime in on? Now is your time.
Okay.
Okay.
Going once. Going twice. Okay. We love you guys.